Hi, I'm Trevor Williams with GlobalAtlanta, and we are here with Danish Ambassador to the United States, Friis Arne Petersen. Mr. Petersen, thank you so much for being here in Atlanta, and what brings you here today?
Well, I look always forward to come to Atlanta to meet with many of the Danish business people who operate here, and that's a growing number. Our trade commissioner here is working very actively with these Danish business people. I also like to come here to see the political economic development. I've been here 3 or 4 times in the 3 years I have been here, and I will have a chance to meet the governor. So I really always look forward to see the economic commercial development, see the political changes as well.
Mm-hmm. How have you seen Danish and interaction with the Southeast and Atlanta in particular increase since you've been ambassador here?
I think that the presence of the trade commissioner and his office and the accelerator, as we call it, with more than 20 companies, has really sort of created a substantial support of the Danish business here. And in combination with the sort of low entry cost compared to other parts of the US, Northeast, very west, New York, California, this is a very competitive area for Danish companies. I also think that I should mention Delta. Delta Airlines' direct flight to Copenhagen the last couple of years have really increased the easiness with which Danish companies come here to the south, a dynamic economic region, and establish themselves, cover the US from Atlanta, which works very well.
And has the accelerator become, I know you have accelerators all over the world, is that correct? Yes. Has the one here become a sort of model for others in any way?
I think that this place, also thanks to Jan Sauer's dynamic personality and his good work ethic, his outreach to the Atlanta business community, has been a very good accelerator for us, a very active and dynamic accelerator. It also depends on the companies themselves. You can't drive as a public servant these companies to do things that they don't want to do themselves, but they are, of course, very highly inspired and motivated. So both in the, I think, water, because of the drought, 7 technologies, in the IT area, companies like Selenia, that I will visit here as well, but also in the construction sector, Hydrema, just to mention a few examples, are doing quite well in cooperation with the Danish Trade Commissioner. So this private-public partnership seems to work well for us.
What are some of the, you mentioned a little bit, what are some of the other sectors, maybe alternative energy or things like that, where you really feel like Denmark has a competitive advantage that it can share with Georgia?
I think that is right. Since 1973, we really have made 2 very great accomplishments in Denmark. We're a small state of only 5.5 million, so it's easier for us to compare ourselves, not Denmark to the United States, but Denmark to a state like Georgia, even though you have 8 million citizens. We have been able to bring about a very, very significant decrease of our foreign energy dependency from almost 100%, 99% in 73, when the United States and Denmark were singled out by the oil-producing Arab countries for being the 2 most pro-Israeli countries, till today almost a 0 foreign energy dependency in Denmark. That's quite remarkable, I think. But also that we've been able to de-link, as we would call it, economic growth from energy consumption. So the last 25, 30 years when we've had a growth similar to the growth of the United States, 65, 70%, we've had very, very little energy consumption increase, almost 1 or 2%. That has given Danish companies and Danish technologies a real great competitiveness internationally that we really benefit from and dealing with. So altogether that has translated sort of the adjustment of the Danish economy into being an economy wherein green jobs actually thrives, where the adjustment is not a cost but a benefit.
And Georgia has partnered or is looking at partnerships with places like Brazil, and even we've had Swedish delegations come here to look at ethanol and cellulosic ethanol based on wood-based feedstocks. Are those is that prevalent in Denmark, and what are the specific kinds of alternative energy?
Biofuel is very big for us. I was in Omaha, Nebraska yesterday and day before yesterday, and I actually saw a Danish company, Novozymes, who are making a $100 million investment together with Cargill for biofuels. They have a headquarters in North Carolina, they would clearly also be considering this part of the United States. And they are one of the big companies in producing these enzymes that will transform biomass into biofuel in the future, hoping to be able to develop a second generation biofuel 2010. Another Danish company, Danish, is also looking at this, and together these two companies probably command about 60% of the world market share in enzymes transforming biomass to biofuel.